A question that I'm getting more and more often from potential sellers is this. Should I get an inspection, a property inspection, before we list the property? Now, the answer to that is sometimes yes, and it could possibly be no. And let me go ahead and discuss this with you right now. First off, when we sell the property, it's a 90 to 95% chance that the buyer is going to get an inspection and the contract will be contingent on that inspection. Of course, that would be something in the negotiations, but it tends to be around 90 to 95% of the time that does end up in the contract. And that's not really that bad. I mean, if you're a buyer, you're probably going to want to inspect the property also. So we know there's going to be an inspection. So what you want to do, or the way that you want to approach this, is when we meet at some point and I look at your property and we have discussions, I'll talk to you. How is the HVAC? Is it in working order? The appliances, the roof? I'll even do a inspection of myself. And I'm not a licensed inspector, but I'm a real estate professional who's been in the business for 20 plus years. So I've seen a lot of homes. But I'll start to look. Is there stains in the ceiling? Are there any signs of water damage around the door jambs, especially sliding glass doors or things like that, or around the windows? And when I see those things, I would ask you a little bit more to see, have these things been fixed? Is it still active? If it appears by the naked eye that there's a possibility that there could be some things wrong, then that might be the time you would go ahead and get a pre-inspection, an inspection before we put the property on the market, so we can see what kind of issues may bubble up later on that that the buyer is going to have concerns with. And it's usually less expensive to handle issues and repairs before the negotiation than in the negotiation. So the reason I say yes and no, or no, is because if I was to come over and take a look at the property and we were to have discussions and we started to see that maybe there are concerns, then it might be worth getting that inspection in order to identify what's wrong, have a repair person come over, knock out some of these things, knowing that the next inspection that's done by the buyer, those things won't show up anymore. So then no red flags will pop up for the buyer, and which will cause them to at least make an attempt to renegotiate the price. My job is to make sure that I sell your property for the highest price, protect you as the best that I can along the way, and get it done in the quickest amount of time. So these are the discussions that we would have when we talk about marketing your property. Hopefully that information helps. I think that pre-inspections are things that are starting to take place more and more often. And a lot of times, even in the MLS, you'll see the agents, putting notes in the MLS that this property has already had an inspection. And when it's a really good an inspection with really good results, a lot of times they'll include the inspection in the package of information just to make the buyers feel comfortable that this property is in perfect condition. So I'm Greg Harrelson with Century 21, the Harrelson Group. I hope that information is helpful. And when I can help you, please reach out to me. I would love to earn your business. Talk to you soon.